Hello. Good morning, everybody. Almost afternoon, a little bit later than the planned 10 a.m. Morning updates again today. This is because I did have to go, well, I didn't have to go out last night. I decided to go out last night. So I've only just got back home myself. So yeah, slightly delayed morning update for everyone today. However, Thursdays are the new Fridays, or whatever they say. I don't really know what I'm talking about. But yeah, welcome everybody. I will do my best today to give you a nice update. So who do we have in the chat? Eric, Yo-Yo, ASD Ert, Ponzi's Zero. Let's not talk about that. Robot, catch a ball by the knife. Guys, I have a problem. What's the opposite of a falling knife? A rising what? A rising dildo, I think would be the best answer. Anyone else is welcome to chip in. But yeah, a rising dildo. Morning, Jay Moab. Longs played out yesterday. Eventually, yes, they did. They did. Dale Randall is in the house. Randall, of course, did last night's Asia trading room in my absence, which was amazing. It would be really great to hear any feedback that the crew have on those trading rooms from Randall. I know it's a very different approach, which is awesome. And I watched the last one that he did whilst I was away in Dubai, when obviously it was like 4 o'clock in the morning for myself. And yeah, it was really, really good. So yeah, maybe more to come from Randall in the future. We will have to wait and see. Who else do we have? We have, I've already said Eric. Let's do it in 30 minutes today. Yes, let's see if we can do this as a quick update today, so I can just chill. Bob, Supreme Bit, DJ Switch Off, Age of PC, Mido, Elias, The Nerio, other people, Petro, I can't remember who I've already said hello to. A Rising Rocket, that is much better. Michael VD, thank you. I have I've clearly been influenced too much by certain people within this space. A Rising Rocket sounds much more, less... I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's get to the charts. Let's stop talking nonsense and let's go over some price action. So yesterday, okay, it was eventually we got the move up. Now, frustratingly for me, I drew this squiggly line, right? I drew the squiggly line. I wanted to see these lows taken. I really did want to see these lows taken, but I was playing the big rounded butt idea. So the rounded bottom, a nice round bottom on the Bitcoin chart here, which has played out really nicely. So we did come down into the side here of the rounded bottom, but oh, it did take the lows. It did take the lows. On the USD chart, I'm sure it didn't take the lows, because whatever happened, it didn't fill my limit orders. What am I talking about? On the USDT chart, it didn't. That is what happened. That is exactly what happened. So on the USD chart, it did. On the USDT chart, it did not. So unfortunately, I was trying to get this SFP off of the USDT chart. I had some limit orders just below. They never got filled. So, hey, anyway, the plan, where is it? I can't have just deleted my squiggly line, because actually my squiggly line worked out perfectly. How far back can I go? There we go. So, wow, yeah. So it actually did play out, and that is the squiggly line, unmoved since yesterday. Of course, we did take out the lows. We got the move up. We held that support on the daily level, and then we got continuation to try to break out. So, yeah, kind of nice, kind of nice. I'm going to hide that just so I can brag about it later. But yeah, this is the thing. I had headed out at this stage, so I didn't actually see that we had taken the lows on the USDT chart. But there we go. That was really nice. So a really good trade yesterday. For anyone that did take it, I know there were quite a few people that did take that trade and had pretty decent profit from that. So for myself, I'm in that swing long position anyway. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch that trade because I was trading it on the wrong thing. This is what you see so often with Bitcoin. So the USD chart, the inverse perpetual for myself, is still king. Okay, that is still the one that you really need to pay attention to. I know most people these days trade the USDT perpetual contract, but the USD one is the one that really moves the market, because what you so often see is if a USDT pair does an SFP or hits a level or something like that, the USD one and the USD one doesn't. The USD pair, the inverse perpetual, will always come back up to take it. So almost inevitably, if you hit a level on the USDT pair, you'll get that SFP later on, and the inverse perpetual will come and take it. On this occasion, of course, the USD pair did take out the lows, but because the USD pair is what runs the market still, the USDT pair just got front run, and it never actually got that trade. So yeah, it's that's why still I do chart the USD perpetual, not the USDT one, because I still believe that it is the strongest market and it is the most important market to trade. So yeah, there's a little thing, whatever I'm talking about. A little bit of information for everyone on how I like to trade this. So yeah, really nice trade yesterday. It did play out pretty much exactly how we would have wanted it to go, and we've got a really good move up. Basically, we drew this me trend line. So you know how I hate diagonals, but we drew a diagonal on here. It wasn't a very accurate one, but if we do connect these to our wicks, oh, looky here. Okay, so we did come straight up. Bitcoin breaking out. Oh my God, it's so bullish. But no, it literally just came up to the top of this little trend line and got a rejection, and now we find ourselves below the daily open, slightly down on the day. So yeah, I guess that's where we are at the moment. I know the thumbnail and the title of this video is slightly more bullish than maybe the chart actually is. I just reused an old thumbnail, so I just found one that said breakout because people say it broke out. So yeah, that's not actually my view on the market. I do not think we're breaking out. However, I do believe that we could have quite a strong end to the week on legacy markets, which could lead to another push higher. So I am still looking up potentially towards this daily level if we can get another push higher. We still have this market structure intact. I'm going to take away that, and again, if we want to draw another diagonal line onto this, we're still kind of in this pretty decent uptrend locally, and I do think that that could continue throughout the rest of the day. So the main thing that I'm looking at the moment is, of course, we are below daily open, we are below VWAP. So we've had VWAP rejecting 1-2 times. We found that support around about this daily level. So where we found that support earlier on or late last night, we have found continuous support at this level here at basically, yeah, 20,700, which is the daily level that we have that's acted as a nice support and resistance level for the last few days. So if we can reclaim the daily open, of course, I do think that that leads us back in. Obviously, these single prints are no longer here, so I can hide those as well. I do think that gives us a high probability that we can come back up to test the top of the week's range so far, so to test the weekly highs. And if we can get a bit of volume on that, then we would be looking up towards the daily level up there at 22,552. On the flip side, if we are unable to get back above daily open, to get back above this POC, actually, the POC and the VWAP are in quite a nice area at the moment. So if we are looking for short positions, that would be a pretty decent area to be looking for shorts, is back in towards this daily point of control. But the other thing that we do have today is the potential 80% setup. Okay, so if I just hide the VWAP, we look at the previous day value area. Now again, depending on your exchange you're looking at, depending on whether you're looking at the USDT or the USD, and depending on whether you're looking at TradingView or EXO and your tick size and blah 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 blah, this is quite different. But we do basically across the board have a daily open that is outside of the previous day value area high, no matter which way you look at it. So if we do start to find this acceptance back below that 20, basically below the support that we've currently got on the chart, I think if we do find ourselves kind of closing 30-minute candles down here, we do have a pretty high probability that we could come back down and test the lows from yesterday once again. So we'd be looking down here around about 20,250, which I believe is the level that I have on my update sheet as well. But also very important to be aware of the previous day point of control. I know on here it's showing that around 20,400. But again, if we do go over onto the TPO here and we take a look at that, and this is what I more often like to trade based off of, is these markers, then 20,550 is a very key level to be aware of. What we also have there is the previous day VWAP close. Okay, so you can see previous day value area high here at 20,750. That's where we're currently finding support. We haven't had any acceptance below there so far. And in fact, we've just bounced off of there within the last 10 minutes or so. Previous day point of control then is the next level down with the previous day VWAP close as nice confluence. Okay, so yeah, that is, I guess, really what we're looking for on Bitcoin. Then if we're going to move further down, then yeah, 20,250, you've got a decent level down there to be looking at as basically the target for any 80% setup, which does happen. So that's that. That kind of covers Bitcoin. There's not a whole lot more to update. I think if we're looking at our areas of support, then let's just turn this off. So quick little thingy, 20,500. Okay. That would also come back to fill in this little single print that we have. So we do have, it's not there on the session, because we've already traded through this today, but within this region, that is a nice imbalance on the chart there. So we could be looking to come back in and test some of this region here, which would make sense that we would come in and test that previous day point of control on the chart as well. So we're looking at that 20,500 as being pretty important support at the moment. We've got confluence there, and even, I mean, locally from the move up, we could probably find, there we go, you've got some nice fib levels within that region as well here. So if we're going to get continuation of this move, which is almost what we did yesterday, okay, so if we do pull this back to here, and then we pull this to here, where did price come into? It was into that 618. So into the 618, and then where did it extend into? It was the 1.5 extension off of this. So basically, yeah, you have your golden pocket region here into the 1.5, retrace back down into the 1. So a pretty standard trending move so far, which if you do draw a channel onto this, will probably also fit quite nicely, because often with this stuff, it kind of finds its way into a channel as well. So yeah, anything else on Bitcoin to cover? I don't really think there is. I'm going to get rid of some of these lines, clear the chart up a little bit. I'm not so much looking at that low anymore. We are looking at a steady uptrend. I do think we could continue a little bit higher going into the close. So on that note, I guess let's look over onto the SPX, because once again, once the New York session opens, that is going to be a very decisive factor into which way this market is going to go. Let me have a look at the chat before I do any more, and we'll see what people are saying. We got some nice support in here for Randall. That is awesome. Asia Open was amazing by Randall. It would be good for him to do 2 Asias a week. Ooh, pressure. If people want Randall to do 2 Asia sessions a week, then you'll have to ask him very, very nicely, and we'll see what he says. The funding rates are different as well. Yeah, so we've got negative funding across the board. We can actually just take a look at funding whilst we're here. As always, it's a little bit of improv when we do these streams, so we'll just bounce back and forth between things. Our funding rates at the moment, yeah, fairly negative still. You've got the Bybit one, which is important, because usually it's Bybit apes that are longing into everything, and that is what often leads to a lot of choppiness, right? We've got negative funding across the board. We do think overall on the macro, the medium time frames, my own bias is that we just extend further up a little bit, even if that is to get short positions and we're looking further down eventually. I do think we at least come up into that 22,500 region, see what happens there, potentially getting a nice relief rally over the next few weeks into 30k, but we'll just have to see how it goes. We do still have negative funding on here. We do have open interest that's still very low, so open interest hasn't really started to increase at all. Why is the chat thing here? Don't need the chat box on here. Yeah, open interest is still really quite low, especially on futures contracts right now, so there's not really people starting to get like super bullish again, trying to go long. It's mainly people just closing out of positions and people going flat. Crypto fear and greed as well. Like, I know this is nonsense because it's been down here forever. But yeah, it's at 11, whatever it means. And of course, as we're on the internet right now, if there is anyone that new that's watching, please do check out tauruscrypto.com. I'm here, so I'm going to show it. And also, we do have, so today is the last day if anyone does want to join our World Series of Trading team. So if there is anyone that is interested in this trading competition and wants to join the team, I would love to get this up to 100 people. Okay, we're still at 89 people. We were at 89 people yesterday. We are still at 89 people today. So if there is anyone, we need 11 people, 11 more people to join this team today. If you do join the team and you're not in the crew, and you sign up using our reference link, today is the last day that we are going to be offering the trial. Okay, so we do have this. I actually need to change this very quickly. This is now a 10-day free trial up until July the 4th. Okay, so if you are interested in kind of seeing what the crew's all about, trading alongside us for this first week of the competition, then we are offering this free trial membership if you do join the team. So let's try and get this up to 100. There's free trials for anyone who is interested in who wants to get it up to 100. And if we can get 100 people on this team, I know it's not a big giveaway, but I'm doing this on the fly, so I'll do a $100 USDT raffle thing tonight, maybe. If I do a live stream tonight, I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to do a live stream tonight. I may do, but if we do get 100 people on our team, then I will do a $100 giveaway tonight. I know it's not very much, but I haven't planned it. I'm just saying I'm going to do it, so I'll do it. If you want any more information on how to join the team, then what you will need to do is go over to tauruscrypto.com. You can click on the Discord guy up at the top here, or you can click connect down at the bottom here, or alternatively down in the bottom corner, click let's chat. Ask us how you can get onto the team, ask us about the links, and once you are in the Discord as well, just go over, look at the announcements channel. So if you go to announcements over here, you'll be able to find all the information you need on how you can take part and join in the competition. It's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, that's the little bit of a shill, I don't know, information on the World Series of Trading competition that we do have coming up. That is starting on Monday. Yes, it is starting on Monday. Cool. All right, let's have a look at the chat again before we go over the SPX, because I know I've just done a little bit of a different thing. Elias, thank you very much for the €2 super chat. Why is your marker previous day POC different from TPO volume POC? So this does happen sometimes, okay? What I like to do is, I will explain this quickly for anyone who is wondering. The actual TPO itself, okay, the chart is visual for me. So the chart is just visual. I need to have it so I can see the letters. I need to have it so I can see the candles. What I like to keep that on is 50 tick, or if we're on high volatility, I like to keep that at 100 tick. But it is a visual thing. It's like looking at candlesticks. I don't need to have too much information inside it. What that does is that then because of the higher tick size on this, so that I can, because I want to be able to see all of the letters and everything, that does sometimes lead to more price action being grouped together. Okay, so you're taking $25 of price. Is that the right thing to say? You're taking $25 increments rather than a lower tick size. My markers, which are what I like to trade off of, are 20 tick. So that is $10 rather than $25 increments. I know some people use 1 tick. I know some other people use 2 tick. I find that to be very erratic, and I find it to be kind of useless. Okay, and to be completely honest, I find the 1 tick and the 2 tick not very helpful at all, especially during low volume environments, which is what we're seeing now. You need to group a little bit more together. So I always keep my markers on 20 tick for a day. I have them on 50 tick for a week. I have them on 20 tick for a week, something like that. I need to remember, but 20 tick for the day, previous day markers. And that is why sometimes they are slightly different to what you see on the actual visual setting on there. So yeah, hopefully that explains that. That is, yeah, why I have it that way. And that's how I like to trade it. And that is how it is. That's the levels that I have found to be the most reliable. Cool. Dread Mining. Jason Casper was doubting the CVD indicator on TradingView yesterday. I would be interested to know why. I've had a little look at it. So we will open it back up. For me, it seems pretty good. Okay, what we need to be aware of. Whoa, I have added 4 CVDs onto my chart. We do not want that. So I think you've got to understand CVD, first of all, if you are looking at this, because what this is doing is it's resetting for each session. It seems to be relatively accurate. It seems to be pretty good. It seems to give you similar data to what EXO is giving. Obviously not perfect, but I do quite like it. But you do have to be aware that it might take a bit of fiddling around with, a bit of wiggling to get it to fit. But I like what it's doing, and it's actually very good visually, because this stops you getting confused, because so many people were getting confused by obviously the really massive differences in CVD divergence that we had back on this previous range, which was caused by one day that was completely skewed against the rest of the chart. So it's not perfect. I need to test it a little bit more, but so far, just from looking at it, it seems relatively decent. If you go onto the lower time frames and you do have a look, it kind of makes sense a lot of the time, and it does follow more or less what the EXO charts data would be telling us. But I need to do a bit more in-depth stuff. Okay, so I don't have I don't have that much detail. All right. Crypto King. Crypto King says, you have very feminine moves. Are you gay? I'm not. Yeah. I always get that. I think it's an English thing. Yeah, I'm definitely not. Thoughts on daily POC and VWAP trade short right now? Yes, that is the one that we just covered at the beginning of the stream. Okay, so we do have, I do think if we come into this right now, if we can get a move up into the daily point of control and the VWAP at 21k exactly, that would present quite a nice short opportunity. We also look like we're at local golden pocket right now, almost. So yeah, we'll have to be aware of that one. But we're back inside current daily value area. The standard deviations of the VWAP are working quite nicely as well. So yeah, it'd be nice if we do get a move up into this. Crypto King, are you weird? Yeah. Sputnik, will there be collaboration between WSOT competitors? Let's not talk about that anymore. I have made my thoughts clear on this. I am very open to collaboration with WSOT collaborators. If, of course, any of our competitors would like to join us on some live streams, we're almost certainly going to have Jay on. So there will be collaboration with Jason Casper. I'm saying that publicly. I don't know if there will be, but I will ask him. And I'm pretty sure we'll probably do some live streaming together. We'll counter trade each other. We'll have a bit of fun, and we'll see how that goes. Uh, but yeah, there may be, yes. Independent man, yes, people have told me that before. If only I had as many followers as PewDiePie, that would be good. Let's try and get this channel up to 1 million subscribers like he has. Maybe. Right. Where were we? I said we'd try not to talk as much nonsense today, but I really am. SPX, okay, it's back at the top of the range. So another thing to be aware of, I think the New York Open is going to be quite significant today. We are looking at a fairly nice, very similar to how Bitcoin's got its big old rounded bum on its chart. I think it's similar for SPX. So I do think that we could see another continued move higher. If we are looking at the chart itself on here, we of course do have gaps for a very long way up. We do have this gap down at the bottom, but I would like to see, the word bottom is being used a lot. I would like to see a move up to, fill some of these gaps higher, and then maybe we can come back to take these out once the next round of Fed FUD happens, which I would imagine won't be for a few weeks. I think we're going to get a few weeks of relief in the market before they kill us with high inflation and talk like that again, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I think we're set up for a fairly strong close for the week. If we do look at the weekly candle, there's potential here that we could have some kind of bullish engulfing candle. We've not taken out the previous week low. That weekly from last week, saying week a lot now, this weekly level at 3909 would be quite a big target right now, I think. So if we can get a move up towards there, close this week strong, see if we can get that bullish engulfing candle, which could lead us for another couple of weeks of relief, then it would be relatively decent. So 3909, that lines up with the gap fill. So again, we do have a potential weekly bullish engulfing candle on the SPX, not the futures one as well. So yeah, still looking up, I think, a little bit more on this. Let's have a quick look on Ethereum. Clearly not going to have any kind of bullish engulfing candle on Bitcoin or Ethereum, but again, I do think a little bit more relief coming into the end of the week here. What we did have on ETH, of course, and this was really, really nice, was we had this rising wedge, which worked out perfectly. We came back down, took out the lows of the range into the value area low, and now we find ourselves back up at value area high, so you can continue to trade this as a range. As long as we're holding this POC and this daily level, really nice confluence there. So if we did get a quick drop down into the POC and the daily level at 1,123, then I think that would give you a decent long position to maybe take up into this daily order block and weekly level that we have slightly higher. So for that, you're going to need Bitcoin to pull back as well, which could pull us back into the 20,500 previous day POC. That could give us a nice bit of confluence to come into this range point of control on ETH to get that move higher. Just out of, now that I'm here and now that I remember, the range POC on Bitcoin also lines up with the previous day point of control. Okay, so this is an additional bit of confluence that is important when looking at the bigger picture. That is more confluence on top of more confluence. Previous day view up close, previous day point of control. The range POC all coming in around that 20,500 region. So moves back into range POC today before a bounce, giving us a strong close to the week, would be great. Would be really, 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 really great. Max pain on options is 20,500 too. Okay, that's interesting. So that's basically, yeah, maybe a move into that, and then we can repel away from there just as things, once things close, would be pretty good. XRP is pumping today. Yes, XRP absolutely is. Where is it? We could have a quick look at XRP. This is what we talked about yesterday, right? So look for this stuff that's just kind of settled into a really boring rhythm, because we've seen that happen on a lot of altcoins, that things just kind of calm down. They're just very, very slow, very, very boring, and then suddenly, pew, because the market's fairly stable at the moment and we're not looking at, we have this relief across the market, we are getting these pretty decent moves up across some of the altcoins. So I haven't done any analysis on this. XRP isn't something I trade, but there you go, it's the POC. Of course it's going to be the POC, because that's where we were settled for such a long time. And the volume out of this is good. You come into a daily level. Again, it's come into some pretty decent areas on here. You've got your VWAP standard deviations working really well. And we're currently at VWAP on XRP. So this is great. This is working. So VWAP's working nicely. If we are to get a move down, you can basically just trade the VWAP deviations off of this. Yeah, nice. XRP has had a pretty good move. I don't think I have anything more to cover today, so I think we will keep this one. Like I said, we're going to keep this fairly short. We've been going for, yeah, we've done a little over half an hour. Matic had a fundamental pump, did it? Interesting. I'm not going to look too much more at altcoins. We could maybe look at those tonight if we do another stream tonight. FOMC July 26th, yes. We also have a lot, I think July the 11th or July the 12th is when there's a big, basically a big meeting about the dollar. So, yeah. But I'll have to look at that. But yeah, that's going to wrap things up. I don't really have much more to go over today. I've explained where I think we've got important support. I think 20,500 is quite critical at this point. We are getting this move up now, which could give us a short from the daily POC into the VWAP. So if we do move up into here, best case scenario, like ideally for me, let's take a short from here. Let's take it down. Stop out as many longs as we can at 20,500. Let's quickly reclaim this region and then work on that daily open. If we can work on that daily open, if we can get a move down, bounce from 20,500, get back to the daily open, reclaim it, then I do think we're set for a strong close to the week. As long as we remain below daily open, that you've got to be looking for those short positions. So yeah, that's the targets to the downside. I don't think we're going to threaten these 22k regions, even if we do get a strong close, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Again, New York session is going to be very, very important, so we will be looking at that. It is the final day of the week, so there will be some nice moves to be had. And yes, we do have options expiring because it's the last Friday of the week, so there's stuff there to be looking at. Yeah, but anyway, thank you very much for watching. Of course, if anyone is still interested in joining the World Series of Trading competition, then just before we do wrap up, if you missed what I was talking about earlier, go over onto our Discord. So go to tauruscrypto.com. Check out our Discord. Once you are there, we do have an announcement within the Discord that gives you all the information that you're going to need to take part in this competition. And if you do take part in the competition, then you will be able to get a free trial of the crew membership. So we really, really, really want to get this up to 100 members today. And if we can get it up to 100 members today, by this evening, then I will give away $100 if I do a live stream tonight. If I don't, then I'll give away $100 to someone within the team the next time I do a live stream. Okay, so whenever the next time I do a live stream, as long as we can get this up to 100, maybe not even by tonight, but by the 27th, which is when the competition starts. So 100 members is the target. Tell your friends, let's get a good team together, and we're going to have a lot of fun next week. We're going to be doing tons of live trading. We're going to be doing loads of streams, loads of trading rooms, and lots more stuff. So, yep. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you all again very soon. Have a great weekend. If I do not see you before then, if I do see you before then I'll see you this evening. But that is, as of yet, undecided. It depends how I feel. But yeah, all that stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Have a good day. Cheers. Bye.